This is Justin Amazon. On Monday, February 11th, 2019, this morning we're having a gap up from Friday's bullish candle, slightly bullish candle, but still, a really small hammer-ish sort of candle. Got a nice rally. Ran almost up to the 1607 price pre-market, and then as the market opened, it ran up there and then reversed, came back down here to 1591. Bounced with a really nice hammer, came down for a kind of forming a double bottom here. And this is where I was looking to get in for a bounce. And it started to, and then immediately reversed. And about 15 minutes later, got stopped out for an R loss. And then just went sideways the rest of the day. Just kind of chopped along in here, looked like it was going to get going, came right back up to the same high right in here. And, and reversed again, coming right back down. Putting in kind of similar lows to where I put in earlier in the day. So really not much happening today. Looking at the daily, today the bearish squeeze actually fired, or I should say the squeeze fired bearish, even though it gapped up, a bullish retest gap going up, came right into the 5, it looks like on the daily. Let's see what price. It's going to show me what price that is. Where is that one? That was 1610.68, and our high was 1609.29. So still about $1.50 away from the 5 exponential. This candle from Friday looks like it did actually gap below and close below sort of a neckline here. I guess that would make this line. When I just highlighted, that's our 1591 line. It looks like our 1591 line is the neckline that we closed below and then got a retest today and then closed really close to it today. Closed right at 1591. So I'm not sure what else to make of that. Just a really small move today, sort of forming a bit of a Morningstar reversal, but not very strong, seeing that we continued lower after opening up. And this could technically be some sort of, I was going to say head and shoulders, but this is a higher point than this. What I'm seeing here is, let me draw it in. What I'm seeing here is something like this. I'm not really sure what to make of that sort of pattern. Not much of a pattern, kind of a false breakout or a false breakdown. Yeah, I don't really know what to draw on this. So I guess we'll call it some sort of a consolidation. Not as pointy as this one, but, kind of, we made a high and a low into a high, into a low, into a high, and then down. There's been some interesting patterns here. This was more of a head and shoulders here. I guess we can figure out kind of where this one went. But this, it's so stretched out. I like very much that it's following the downtrend line. At least we've had some key interactions with that. And right now we're above that downtrend channel. But if we continue lower, I guess what I would say is if we continue lower tomorrow, then look to be bearish a little longer. If we can continue higher tomorrow, look to go bullish for a while. This is a really good place to make the decision. I thought today would be making that decision based on it going up. I thought it would continue up, but much lower volume today, probably the lowest volume we've had in a while. Yeah, this is the lowest volume we've had since November 23rd. And we were at this kind of a point where, again, forming a Morningstar reversal down here at the bottom of this channel and a bit of a sell-off, a pullback. We didn't have a squeeze, but what's interesting is we had a bullish gap and go the very next day. And if we can do that tomorrow and gap up into the 1600s, above 1607, above 1617.54, if we can get going bullish, then it would, to me, it'd look like that would be our location to really, really get going. And so today, for me, looking for a bullish move, and getting stopped out, I just waited. I'm like, okay, it's not really going, it's going sideways. It's a really good day to just wait. And, it formed this lower highs and relative lows. This is a triangle itself here after a candle or after a intraday that looked like an inverted head and shoulders. We kind of got the retest of that neckline today. That's what I'm saying here. Let me draw that. Oops. I did not mean to hit that button. Let me see if I can get back in here, because this is probably still recording. Yep, it is. Let me draw this now. So I'm seeing this inverted head and shoulders. Okay. Here's the neckline, like that. And then if you continue the neckline this way, this is a little bit more of a retest of the neckline from above. And so put all this together, and I mean, I can shorten the time frame and see what this looks like. Check out the 15. You can still kind of see that. If you look at the 15, it actually looks like a bigger one too. So kind of like this too, that we're getting a bit of a, what's the word? So here's inverted head and shoulders. We just need, something like that to happen on the 15. But here's our neckline, downtrend angle. But, we need to get going and break that. And again, if we can get up and do something like this at 1607, 1617, 54, we're just getting, what's that word? I can't remember the word. Where something's happening in multiple time frames. We're seeing some smaller inverted head and shoulders, on the 5 minute. We're seeing a bigger one on the 15. Let's go out and see if we can see one on the 30. Oh, that's interesting. I haven't looked at the 30 in a while. It's got some of these triangles that it draws in here. I've got one of these patterns turned on, and so it's seeing a triangle in this. I'm still seeing this one I just drew on the 15 and the 30 minute. Let's look at the hourly and see what the hourly is doing here. A little cleaner to see this one on the hourly. You can definitely see this sort of a double top here on the hourly. It's been a while since I've looked at other time frames like this. I think it's kind of the strongest thing I'm seeing. Let me draw it again without ending the the video. Here we go. It's just this. And so right now we're at a lower shoulder than the left shoulder. We've got a head way down here at 1566.76. And we need to come back up to some sort of a line like this. And I didn't mean to, there. I just can't draw a straight line. Somewhere in here, we need to, we need to do this. Oops. Why is it not drawing? We need to do this, get back up to this with our next move, either pre-market tomorrow or during the day tomorrow. And then we really need to continue to move up, showing that we're going to break out, and then some sort of retest back into this level or back into this level. And then from there, continue on up, or continue on up like that. So that's a lot to ask for it to play out like this. But this is kind of the pattern I'm seeing going back onto the 5 minute. So here's the 5 minute. Here's a much smaller inverted head and shoulders. I'm sorry, this is the bigger one with this smaller one going on in here. And just a matter of wait and see. Is this going to do something? Is this going to turn into a double bottom or a triple bottom, including after hours here? And it's just consolidating, and then it's going to break out. I don't know. We will have to wait and see till tomorrow. Looking at a couple of the options here. So a sell-off right at the open, or a rally, then a sell-off. That came down to about 11. You could have been getting in 11 by 10 had you been shorting off that line, and quickly went from 11 up to 16. So we're in a 5-hour move pretty quickly. It even retested down to 13, back to the high of this candle, pretty much this range, and then rallied up to 16 again. So that would have been a 3-hour move. It even came down here again, 1250, a little bit lower, and came up to 15, 15 and a half. Much lower volume on the 1575 puts. I just like looking at this because it's close to a 10. I always like looking around a $10 price. And then on the calls, this was that move down into 1591, that big hammer, and then moved up, came back down. And because this bounced to 10, I'm like, well, if it comes back down and does a double bottom, should get down a little bit lower. I think I set up a trade 9 by 8, thinking it would pull back a little bit more. 9 by 8 got filled somewhere in here. And then, my timing's off. Let's see what was going on today. Because I was getting it set up in here, and I set up an order to wait. Yeah, it was right in here. So 9:45, I think I got triggered in somewhere in here. No, I got triggered on this candle somehow at 9:38. That's what it was. So I got triggered on this candle, even though I had a stop limit to get in at 10. So let's see how that worked out. 9:38. So it must have been 10 by 9. I must have been doing 10 by 9, not 9 by 8. So 10 by 9, because I saw that candle hold, and I thought, okay, I'll wait till it gets above 10 to get in. And somehow it got me in at 985. And then I moved the stop to 885, giving it the little extra room. And at 9:53, it got stopped out. Just 15 minutes later, it got stopped out. It would have been like this candle. So I should have been stopped out, there's no question there. But at 9:53, and I don't know how this candle stopped me out. I don't know how that worked out. I mean, this was in the virtual account, so the prices aren't always exact, and obviously they're not going to show up in the chart. But yeah, I was trying to wait for it to get up here, which I should have been triggered on this candle, and then I should have been stopped out probably in this candle. That's what I think. But I mean, it's the market. At least I was stopped out for only an hour loss after it came way down here, and I wasn't trying to play with a stop or get out, at a low. I was already out. And, once it got down here, made it a low in the day, it's like, this isn't looking bullish. And so there were some folks getting in bullish here. I mean, you had 15 minutes of buying here, and 15 minutes of buying here, and 15 minutes of buying here, and 20 minutes of buying here, all to make a new low beyond all those. I mean, even this low was lower than the lowest point of the buying that came in on the bullish candles. In other words, obviously buying these lower wicks are buying here and here and here and here and all that. But all they did was push us right back up to 1591. So I think that's the key value that was in play today. I missed the bullish move, I missed the bearish move. There wasn't much of a bullish move, or if there was, I didn't play it that way. And then, I already talked about what I want to see happen tomorrow to go bullish. If it doesn't, if it continues lower, then it should easily be below today's low, easily. And just look for it to break the 1591 if it opens above it. Look for it to pause at 1578.25 and consolidate for a little bit and then roll over. Some sort of consolidation like this, maybe even a little bit longer. going 20, 30 an hour, something like that. 20 minutes, 30 minutes, or an hour, and then roll over, because it'll give you a really nice consolidation, similar to how it held up in here today. I want to see it kind of do that and then roll over. Thinking bearish. So hope that helps. And we'll be back tomorrow to see how things are playing out. This is Just AMZN. Thanks.